Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today, I'm here with my first two alternates for the January 2021 Paper Pumpkin Sending Hearts. Let's get started. For this first alternative, we're going to start with some stamping, and I've got this foiled piece from the Sending Hearts kit, and the heart, and my Poppy Parade ink pad. Now, Poppy Parade is the color of the Stampin' Spot that came in your kit in January. Okay, oop, that might not be completely inked up, so let me turn that and make sure that that looks better. Okay, all those hearts look evenly inked now, and I'm trying to look down through the camera and see that I am centered in this heart. Of course, when you go to stamp, you won't have a camera in your way. Okay, and I'm just holding to make sure my ink transfers. And then we have that piece, and I'm going to let it dry a moment while we stamp our next little piece, which is the little rectangle die cut that's in the kit. And we're going to stamp that with the U stamp. And I've just lined that up on my grid paper. Makes that easier. Okay, let's slide those aside and take my ink out of the way. Then we're going to take the Petal Pink card base and my paper trimmer, and I'm going to put the base in here at 4 inches and trim. Save that piece for another alternate. And then let's put this in at 4 inches. I'm just checking to make sure I'm there on the line. And we want both of these pieces. And then while we're here, let's go ahead and adhere these two pieces together. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this back edge. Close up my multi-purpose, and then we're just going to straighten up this piece and lay this down. Now, that black scallop is not quite the length of the heart layer, so you do want to make sure that you're evenly spaced and keeping it straight. I keep knocking it off of being straight down the side. Okay, and then set that aside to dry another moment. And then let's take our card base, and it is a piece of basic white that's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And then we need to take the paper trimmer and add a couple of score lines. So I'm going to score at 2 3/4. And then I'm going to score at 5 1/2. Okay, and put that paper trimmer back out of the way. Now let's take my base here, make sure my bottom is even. And then we're going to take this piece and make sure it's straight side to side. Okay. And then let's start and put this card together. So I need to layer these two pieces together. And I want dimensionals for that. Let's grab my sheet of dimensionals over here. Let's turn this over. I'm going to add a dimensional where it overlaps that scallop on the side. and then I'm going to put one more here. Okay, and whoops. There we go. Okay, and then let's make sure that I've got this. Yes. I'm matching up my diagonals because I want to keep the pieces that were cut from each other together. Okay. And then next we're going to adhere this piece to our base using multi-purpose glue. So I'm going to add my adhesive along the bottom here. And I'm not going all the way out to the edges because this is 4 1/4 wide and this piece is only 4 wide. So I'm going to go to the edges just down in the lower section here to make sure that we've got multi-purpose going all the way out. So I'm going to leave just a tiny bit of border at the bottom so that we've got the same as on both sides here, and that'll look nice when we're folded flat. Give this a good rub on the back. Okay, and then next let's put together our piece here for the front. I want some dimensionals on the bottom of this. Let's move those dimensionals closer. Okay. And then we're going to add our love. I don't know why I keep taking those dimensionals out of the way. Okay. And go ahead and place this down. See, that looks centered. And then let me find my mini dimensionals, and we're going to put them behind the U. And we're going to double stack the end here, and then just a single on the other side. And then just do a little overlap here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and adhere this. Let's unfold that a minute, and we want to center this along the bottom. And we've created a quick and easy easel card out of a standard card base. So that's our first alternative for the Sending Hearts paper pumpkin. Let me clean up and we'll make another. For the second alternative, we're going to start with our piece from the Sending Hearts kit that has the mailbox. And let's open up my Poppy Parade ink and then the little flowers and heart stamp, and let me just set this here a moment and pick up the ink, and then we're going to fit this right in between these foiled pieces and hold, just giving it a rub, not rocking, and let the ink transfer, and put that to the side. And then I have the little petal pink die cut tag, and we're going to stamp the sentiment on that. And let's see if we can do this straight. Okay. And set this aside. Let's get the stamps out of the way and my ink pad out of the way. Next, we're going to take the Poppy Parade card base from the kit and use my paper trimmer and cut this in half. And I'm just going to put the score line on the card base right in the track of the trimmer. And cut that in two. And let's put one piece aside and keep the other. And then I've got a piece of basic white that's 3.5 by 10 1/4, and we're going to add a couple of score lines to this. The first is at 1 3/4, just making sure I'm straight here, and then 5 1/8. Okay. And we're done with our trimmer. And I want to take my bone folder and let's line up my bottom here and score. Burnish, actually, we've already scored. And let's do the same thing here. Make sure we're lining this up side to side. And burnish that score line. Okay, and then we need to put some of these pieces together. So first we're going to add this piece of trim to our base here, and have to think for a second what I did before. So I'm going to add adhesive right along this edge here. Not up here, just below the score line. And then this piece is going to be right along the edge. So hold it a moment so it has a chance to adhere. I'm a little low here, so let's see if we still, love my multi-purpose for the wiggle room that it gives me. Was able to pull that up from the edge. So now I'm going to add a little bit of glue here along the edge and along the bottom and along this edge. And then I'm going to come in here and add my glue in this space, and that way there's no way I can go too high here. So this piece comes all the way over to the right hand edge of this piece, and just give this a rub and make sure it has a chance to adhere well. I think I'm slightly not straight. Pull that so that it's, there we go. And then I've got a tiny bit of black that's peeking out back here, and I'm going to take my paper snips and trim that off before we go any further. There we go. Okay, so now let's put this together. So let's get my multi-purpose glue back out here and add that to this back piece here, and let's straighten this on our grid paper. And we're going to center this top to bottom. The sides are a little wider than the border top to bottom. Make sure you let that have plenty of time to adhere. Give that another good rub, and then we're going to fold this up and bring my dimensionals in and add those to our sentiment here. And just put that right here at the edge of this basic white piece. And I'm trying to make sure I'm centered. And I'm not going to press that until I'm sure. Okay, that's good. And then we have a second style of easel card using the Sending Hearts paper pumpkin kit. This was Sara Levin, the Artful Linker of theartfullinker.com. If you're in the United States, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with me and purchase your Stampin' Up! Products in my store. Give this video a thumbs up, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell if you'd like to be notified the next time I upload a video. Have a great day. Bye.